Hey, how's it going everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be performing and then teaching you this super awesome no setup any card at any number style card trick that is definitely going to amaze all of your spectators. But before we get into it, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on for more card trick videos like this. And also check out the link in the description to my Amazon page where I have a collection of all the decks I use in my videos along with a variety of magic tricks and accessories. But now let's get straight into this performance. Okay, so I would start off this card trick by having my spectators shuffle the deck as much as they want. Once they are done, I would ask for the cards back and have them make a selection. My spectator can touch the back of any card as I spread out the deck. Let's say they touch the back of this card right here. In this case, their selection will go ahead and be the 8 of spades. So what we're going to do here is out-jog the 8 of spades. We're going to bring it to the top of the deck, and we're just going to insert the 8 of spades into the empty card box. So as you can see, there's no cards in the box. We're going to place the 8 of spades in and move on with the trick. So from here, I'm going to give the deck a quick mix-up, give the cards a quick shuffle like that. I'll also give the cards some overhand shuffles as well, just mixing up the deck. From here, I would tell my spectator to give me a number between 10 and 30. They can choose any number. So let's say my spectator says the number 14. I would explain to them that we're going to deal that many cards face down onto the table. So I would go ahead and deal 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now the point of doing this is so I can get an idea of what 14 cards looks like dealt on the table. So I have an idea of what 14 cards looks like here. I'm going to place these back on the deck. And the whole objective here is to try and get your selection, the 8 of spades, into that 14th position from the top of the deck. So we're going to take out your selection right here, and I'm going to attempt to cut just the right amount of cards to toss the 8 of spades into the 14th position. So I'm going to lift up this amount of cards right about here. I'm going to toss the card in. I'm going to square up the deck, and we're going to see if I got the 8 of spades into the 14th position. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And let's check out the 14th card. It should be your card right here, the 8 of spades. So guys, that is the trick. It's a really cool no setup effect, and if you want to learn how to perform it, make sure you watch the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. This is a really cool no setup card trick, so grab your deck of cards and let's jump right into the tutorial. All you need for this trick is a standard deck of cards and the box that goes with the deck. Once you have located the card box, just keep that off to the side. You're going to start off by having your spectators shuffle the deck. Once they are done, you're going to ask for the cards back and tell them they are going to make a selection. So what you're going to do here is spread out the deck face down in front of your spectator, and you're going to instruct them just to touch the back of a card as you're spreading out the deck. So whichever card they touch the back of, you're going to separate the deck at that point. So let's say they touch the back of this card right here. You're going to lift up from where they touched the card, and you're going to essentially be turning over the card that they touched. But as you're turning it over, you're going to want to get a little loose grip on the card that's directly next to it in your other hand here. So you're going to kind of loosen your grip on the bottommost card in this top packet. So as you can see here, this is just a random card because you're getting in position to do a card switch move. So once again, your spectator touches the back of this card, you're flipping it over, you're getting a you're loosening the grip on this card. So you're going to tell them, okay, your card is going to be the 3 of spades. Now here's the move. As you're turning over the card, this is in slow motion. But when you're doing it in a performance, you're going to do it at normal, full speed. So you're going to flip over the card, and as you're dropping the card down, you're going to be placing that random card directly on top of it and out-jogging it quickly. So your spectator thinks this is their card, but in reality, this is a random card, and their real selection is directly below it. So once you have out-jogged it, all you're doing is cutting it right to the top, and then you're placing their card in the box, but in reality, this is a random card, and their selection stays on top of the deck. So that's the move. It's pretty simple. I'll go over it one more time here. You're spreading through, your spectator touches a card, you're flipping it over, you're loosening your grip on this card, and you're going to tell them, okay, you have the 10 of diamonds. You flip it over. As you're flipping it over, you're going to drop that card that you have a loose grip on directly on top of it. It's going to be quick. Watch how I did it in the performance. That's how fast it should be. Your spectator thinks this is their card, that 10 of diamonds, but in reality, it's a random card. Keep it out jogged, keep it face down. Tell them, okay, we're going to cut this, your card to the top, and we're just going to place it in the box. You're taking off their card, but in reality, remember that, guys, this is the random card. Keep it face down, place it in the box, and you are good to go. So the random card is now in the box. They still think it's their selection. And the real card, the 10 of diamonds, is still on top of the deck. Tell your spectator, okay, with your card now in the box, we're going to give the deck a quick shuffle. All you need to do is keep their card on top of the deck. So you can do a riffle shuffle, maintaining it there on top. You can also do a overhand shuffle. This is a good, convincing move, I think. So you're going to turn the deck face up. You're going to do some overhand shuffles. Apply pressure with your forefingers on the top card there. Be careful not to flash it, but you're going to be doing some overhand shuffles with the deck, maintaining their card there on top. It really makes it seem like their card is not in the deck and in the card box, which is what you need your spectator to think. So after you've done some of these false overhand shuffles, their card remains on top. You're going to tell your spectator to name a number between 10 and 30. So I like to use that range because if you use the whole range of the deck between 1 and 52, if they give you a low number, the trick really isn't going to work that well. And if they give you a high number, like over 40, I don't think it makes for a good performance. If you're dealing that many cards onto the table, it will get boring to your spectator. So just stick with the range of 10 to 30. That works great. And whichever number they give you, you're going to deal that many cards onto the table. So let's say our spectator gives us the number 17. So you would go ahead and deal 17 cards onto the table. The first card that goes down, remember, guys, that's going to be their selection. Obviously, don't turn it over. Keep it face down. You're going to deal 17 cards. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Now, you have just got their card into the 17th position from the top of the deck. So you're going to tell your spectator the reason you did this was just to get an idea of what 17 cards looks like dealt onto the table. Obviously, don't mention that their selection is now in the 17th position or anything like that. You want to leave that up to the end because that's going to be the surprise. So just tell them you did this to get an idea of what that amount of cards looks like dealt on the table. You're going to place these cards back on the deck. Remember, guys, in this case, we have their selection, the 10 of diamonds, now in the 17th position. From here, you can give the deck some false cuts. You need to keep the order that you have there on top with their card in the 17th spot. So just give the deck some false cuts. I'll leave a link on the screen to me teaching you guys some false cuts if you want to learn some. But at this point, your spectator thinks you mix up the deck a little bit there. You don't have to do any false cuts if you don't want to. Just adds a good touch to the trick. From here, you're going to tell them, okay, we're going to now take out your card from the box. Be careful which way you open the card box. You want to make sure the face down side is showing. You don't want to open the box like this in this case because then they'll obviously see that random card. You don't want that. Make sure you're opening the box in the right way so the card remains face down. Tell them, okay, we're going to I'm going to attempt to toss your card into the deck to get it into the 17th position. Now, what you need to do here is pretty important. You need to cut past 17 cards in the deck. So you are going to need to estimate the amount of cards that you're cutting here, and it's very important that you cut past the amount of cards that you dealt in the previous part of the trick, which was the number that your spectator gave. So we had the number 17. You need to make sure you're cutting more than 17 and tossing this random card in past that, because if you cut less than 17, say you cut like 10 cards, like a really small amount like this, you toss the card in. When you deal the cards back, your spectator's card will not be in the 17th position. It will be in the 18th because you have an extra card there, a part of the first 17. So you don't want that. Make sure you're cutting past the number. So just to be safe in this case, 17 will deal, we'll cut a good amount of cards. So obviously this should be, is more than 17. So you're going to want to get a good gauge on that. That's why it can help to look at the packet that you dealt for your spectator's number. So in this case, I'm sure this is over 17. You're going to cut past the number. We're going to toss the card in. As you toss it in, just drop the cards on so it kind of looks like that. You guys can play around with it, but something like that where the card's a little out jogged, they can really see it going into the deck, but in reality, that's a random card. And then you're going to deal the number that your spectator set at the start. We had 17, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're just, reverse counting the cards there, and then boom, their selection will be in the 17th position. So the main important part of this, trick at this point is when you're tossing that random card, it needs to be more than the amount of cards that your spectator told you to deal earlier in the trick. So I hope that made sense. You guys, just definitely be safe in cutting more cards. So if your spectator gave you a high number like 30, really be sure to cut more than half of the deck when you get to that point. So, if our card is like 30 down, you really want to cut a good portion and toss that random card in, or else when you're dealing the cards down, instead of your spectator's card being here, it will be right here. It will be one off and it won't look too good. So hope that made sense. Definitely give this trick a try. You got to practice the move, where you're doing that little card switch at the start, and you should be good to go. You're switching out the card and you move on with the trick from there. I hope that everything I explained in this tutorial made sense. Definitely give this trick a try. It will amaze all your spectators. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in my next one. Peace out.